ki khubor ka bate se TV
ka umdi basnyam bat penjasliang Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Sophistication meets style. The stylish trendsetter Tata Curve SUV is in town. India's first coupe SUV is now in Shillong.
Ha karong katao kapa Phuh bapieng ban Pyninam ya ka Deiriti jong jela ne ka Try Hills Ensemble ka senjok ki barikor Khasy balatip kum kariti academy kala senyang daki artli ki kot ki baphalang ya kariti dustur bat ka perkhat Khasy. Karong katao bala pelong hanong ba la penphu penpieng da ka kanhun ki kanram lendan ba kenthop yo menteri rangba ka jela ukon rat ki sangma u menteri katanat jengok kai partai u ba polling do u klidu jong ka Welsh government but British High Commission Mumbai u Mitchell Thika bat kiwipat ki kenrem kilindan na kilai tali ki kot bala pelaj artli ki dei ki bala penmi dakariti academy ha ka kot Khasy Old Testament kadai ki bala tho do ba Rafael Warjeri bat kawipat kabala ai kerteng uspor na thui perkhat bala tho da u banjob Leo Gregory Karmalki bro artli ki kon kitei ki belangam jelio halor ka Deiriti Khasy kabana telong ka thamai perkhat tenrai
Khasy Old Testament by Mr.
A Flans Mrs. Parry, a Flans Mrs. Green and canal lady were not an all bright sadevant the rivitsa kakena achida vete my lisa and dire moidoid and dire moidoid and dire moidoid serioli my time of glowed gun a douch on my gadair and stoler favor Lloyd or Henry Lord Lisa and dire moidoid.
The relationship between the Welsh and the whole of Meghalaya, and in particular with the Khasy Hills, is deep and sublime. And as I was just jokingly telling Mr. Mitch before the function, I said that we are probably the only state that gives a holiday, on the death anniversary of a famous Welsh, Thomas Jones, the father of the Khasy alphabet. And from this platform, I would welcome the Welsh government to have a collaborative program with us, a significant collaborative program with us, which the Honourable Chief Minister, Honourable Arts and Culture Minister can announce that on the 22nd of June, we've had this significant program with the support of the Welsh.
Boneddigion a boneddigesau, mae wir yn pleser I fod yma. Ladies and gentlemen, it really is a pleasure to be here, to honour the great bonds that exist between us, to honour our shared history, our joint achievements in language, arts, healthcare and education. The Welsh and Khasy history in particular is a long and successful one. And today is a chance to celebrate that. A tapestry woven of community, of culture and of heartfelt warmth. O'r heniaeth yn y tir ar y lawon hen yn fyw. Of our ancient language that is in our earth. And age-old melodies that live on forever. That is a passage from a Welsh poem written at the same time that Thomas Jones travelled from Wales to these beautiful hills. And thousands of miles away in our mountain home of Wales, people know of the bonds we share with you. And these are bonds that we have celebrated this year in the Year of Wales in India. To know you have such bonds, to know you have such friendships so far away, I think that is something very special indeed. And long may that continue. On behalf of the Welsh Government, I thank you for this honour of being able to join you. I wish you a happy and successful Try Hills Festival, and may the bonds between us grow ever stronger. Diolch yn fawr, thank you very much.
Go
share this joy to say that there is clear evidence that today Meghalaya has gone global with its soft power. And it's a major, major achievement. Our friends from Wales may not have known this, but I can tell you that 2 years back, when the Euro Cup was being played and Wales had taken part in one of the matches, before the start of the game, the Welsh team sang their national anthem. And a friend of mine sent me a WhatsApp message saying, why did they copy our national anthem? Khasy sang to the tune of the Welsh national anthem, was written by Dr. John Roberts, who was considered the father of Khasy literature, while Thomas Jones, who landed at Sora on the 22nd of June 1841, was considered the father of the Khasy script. I think there is nothing short of the divine. To think of Meghalaya with the two major indigenous tribes, the Khasy Giantess and the Garos, to have survived thus far, being a community, two communities who on the north are bordered by people of a different faith, a different way of life. Mainland India, which today is the leading population in terms of, globally, the country with the largest population, and to the south of us, Bangladesh, with an altogether different faith and way of life, the 8th most populous nation on earth. And for us, a tiny population that is yet to touch 40 lakhs, to have survived the tests of time, the ravages of history, is nothing short of a miracle. So today we celebrate that spirit, and as we initiated today's ceremony by pouring water drawn from various rivers of Meghalaya to give life to the saplings, let us recall that a tree, however majestic it might look, needs roots. No people can survive if it doesn't have a past, doesn't have a history, doesn't have a culture. One basic difference between the living trees that we can see all around us and the Christmas tree that we put up in our homes is that the Christmas tree doesn't have roots. So at the end of 2 weeks, it is removed. But the rest of the foliage around us survives because it has roots. It has the soil to grow on. And it is our responsibility to ensure that we keep watering that soil, keep nurturing the saplings, and let the rest of the world see the beauty of what Meghalaya has to offer.
Mrs. Dasu Marilyn Majau. Mrs. Dasu in the round of flying. For fashion and lifestyle. Round of applause for the authors. I request
As a state government, we somehow have not been able to take this strength that we had, this power that we had, we're calling it soft power, but we have not been able to really take it forward in the way that it should have been. Our speakers before us, before me, have spoken about how we have tried to promote culture. And some of you who have maybe visited this program for the first time may feel that it's about organizing festivals. But it is far beyond that. It's much more bigger than what meets the eye. Culture is our identity. Our traditions defines who we are. It connects us to our history, to our people, to our past, and allows us to be able to distinguish ourselves in one way from the rest. And therefore, from the government's point of view, we have been very, very clear that we want our young generation especially to be proud of our culture, of what we are. I don't mean to negatively say anything about any, particular community, organization, or individuals. But sometimes we've seen that, we have people who talk about tribal culture and look at it in a very negative way. And it sometimes impacts our young generation. And sometimes they feel that they don't want to connect to who they are. My message to the youngsters is, we want you to feel proud of who you are. You should feel proud of the history that we have. And we want you to celebrate this. And we want you to always remind yourself about this culture as well as the history, and what Bapal today has spoken reflects about how our culture and our people have been through great challenges and difficulties, and yet till date we have managed to maintain this identity of ours. And I would want to see that this moves forward and carries on. And that's why whether it is the museum. I was so happy to see what Bar Frederick has done today with the museum, his entire team in fact, and our team from St. Anthony's and others who are involved in really defining and making the Captain Williamson Sangma Museum, which really was not as engaging as we would have wanted it to be, but we are seeing it transform today. Feel our culture, not just see it. And therefore technology should be used more and more in these kind of museums. And from the government side, I assure you that we will give 100% support, and I would like to see these museums not just here, but in other parts of our state also. And as I said, from the government side, we would like to support this completely and improve the overall museums that we have. And I would want schools, colleges, I would want the education department to make it mandatory for students studying in certain classes or certain courses at certain levels, to make it mandatory for them to come and visit and learn about this, because this is being done, as I said, to remind our youngsters, especially in today's generation when we have so many things happening, so many distractions in life. I think it's important to ground ourselves, connect ourselves, as Paul says, to our roots. And these museums are a very important part of that. These festivals are a very important part of that. I remember, and I'm sure all of you remember, that I had announced last year also that we are really keen to document our cultural aspect, our language, and the different historical facts about our people and our state. And that I was going to announce a research program. So I'm very happy to inform all of you that that has happened with the support of our Art and Culture Minister and our Principal Secretary. Today we have the CM's Research Fellowship Program, where close to 50 researchers from different parts of the state are being funded by the government of Meghalaya, by the Art and Culture Department, to research on different aspects of culture, document it, and keep it as a record, because we have seen that we are good at a lot of things, but if there's one thing we're not good at, is at documenting our information, keeping records. And in today's world, it is much easier than before, because there is digital support, there's technology. So I do encourage that as we move forward, the Art and Culture Department should focus more on this research, make it even more wider, and involve many more researchers. And I would like to see that we would have collaboration between different institutes to be able to take this research and this information to a much, much higher level.
Matt, wait.